Well, hello everyone and welcome back to Cat President. We're about to find out some terrible news. Chapter 10, in which the candidate makes an important decision. Isn't this place a little fancy for a first date? Oh my god, I love that kitten. And that kitten. Not Visa. Oh, that kitten's quite cute. Where's the dog there? What are you doing? What are you doing?
It is. I just picked a place that humans like. We can go somewhere else if you want.
No, that's okay. The important thing isn't the environment. It's who I'm spending the night with.
Aww. You're so sweet. But seriously though, if this is one of those fancy places that don't let me climb on the table and drink from a bowl, I'm out of here. So, does it feel like we're kind of far away from everyone else?
I think it's nice. They're trying to give us our privacy.
Oh, is that it? I thought the waiter was just trying to make it easy to ignore us. Maybe he doesn't know who I am.
I think everyone in the state knows who you are at this point. Why, I wouldn't be surprised if they advertise this in the future. Come to our restaurant, DJ Nibbles ate here once.
I'm not that famous.
No, but you're that wonderful. I'm so glad you offered such a great job to a strange girl like me.
You're not strange. You're perfectly normal like me.
But I was a stranger to you when you offered me the job.
True, but I could tell you were a good person. There's just something about you that says trustworthy. All it took was one to look to know you were the right match for this campaign. And thanks to you, the campaign is a success.
I can't take all the credit. Most voters don't even know who I am. The one that the voters like is you.
Yeah, but you make me look good.
I think you make yourself look good. True, when I first started the campaign, I was a little worried that you were too young and inexperienced to get very far, but I soon learned that beneath your youth is an enthusiastic, genuine heart.
Ah, shucks, you're just saying that.
No, I'm not. I loved your honesty and your enthusiasm. Most politicians are afraid to do anything different, for the fear that it would hurt their poll numbers. But you're never afraid to jump into anything new.
Yes, well, my critics say that I need to learn about how to hold back.
You've been learning how to restrain yourself. Slowly. That's another reason why I think you're a great candidate. You'll keep getting better over time instead of standing still or falling flat.
My poll numbers can attest to that, but really, you're the one who inspired me to learn about economics and all those things. I would never have studied that stuff if it wasn't for you.
Really? You wouldn't have done that on your own?
No, I thought economics was boring. I'd rather have a bunch of stupid pointless things about economics than put effort into learning more, but I think that economics, well, I still think it's boring, but I know more about it.
You're so silly sometimes, I love it. Did I mention I really like your policies? We agree on almost everything.
I'm surprised. When I started, I barely knew what a policy, but I don't know the word, what it was.
I knew you had policies, even if you didn't. I'm just so lucky our political views are so compatible. That wouldn't be the case if I was working with a fancy furball.
I don't think the fancy furball party is that bad. They seem to really care about the country. They're just going about it all the wrong ways.
I'm sure they say the same thing about Sharp Claws. But hey, that reminds me. Have you heard the fancy furballs for DJ Nibbles group? They're not very big, but they've won over some of the competition.
That's great! I'm glad I've won them over. Just like how I've won you over.
Is this what first dates are like? The two of us trading compliments back and forth?
I'm sure at some point we get food. Do you want pasta or...
Hello? Oh, sorry, we haven't even started looking at our menus yet. Could you give us another few minutes? I'm not a waiter, I'm Socks.
Socks!
You know this cat? I'm the leader of the Sharp Claw Party. I help guide and oversee the rules that govern all Sharp Claws. And I'm the one who makes the final decision as to which cat will represent us in the general election. I thought the voters decided who makes it to the general election. We take the voters and the primary results into consideration, but in the end I'm the one who makes the final decision. If I wanted to, I could ignore everyone else's and pick someone like Clory as a frontrunner. You wouldn't. True, that would probably spell the end of my career, but there are other things for me to take into consideration. First of all, there are concerns in the party that DJ Nibbles isn't a good enough candidate.
What are you talking about? I'm a great candidate. I just won New Clawshire by landslide. I'm on the track to dominate in South Carolina.
Catalina! I'm not trying to insult you, I'm just saying the party insiders get very mad if someone other than the party favourite gets picked. Some of them want to change the nomination process in order to give you a disadvantage.
But that's not fair!
And it sounds illegal. It's happened before. Remember 8 years ago when the losing candidate got 40% of the vote. She wasn't a loser, she just didn't impress the right cats. You, on the other hand, you impressed the vice president. That says a lot about you.
So, you're gonna pick me in the general election?
Maybe, maybe not. Like you said, you've got South Carolina primary in the bag. You'll win there no matter what. So instead of focusing on voters, you need to focus on the party insiders. Convince them you're better than Thunderpool. How? No more reckless behaviour, no more catnip, no more shouting during your speeches.
That was only one time.
You need to be responsible, mature, talk about serious topics like social security reform and tax code simplification. No talking about surfing and computers.
But those are boring topics.
It's when the insiders, that's what they care about, so that's what you need to discuss. Make a serious effort in that direction. Win over a few of the party regulars and you'll be on the track to get the nomination. That's all I came to talk to you about. Good luck, DJ Nibbles. That was unexpected. The party leaders want you to change the focus of your campaign?
I don't believe it. I didn't get to the top by following the boring talking points. I got to the top by talking about real issues. Things the voters care about. I need to be relatable to the people, not the sharp-clawed fat cats.
What are you saying? Are you saying you're going to ignore his advice?
Yes. I'm not going to change a thing about this campaign. That's the best strategy, right?
Yeah, stick to your beliefs. Be like Bernie Sanders. Yeah, stick to your beliefs. Don't let the party leaders boss you around.
I won't. I'm going to win this campaign by being true to myself. Still, I'm sorry about that. I didn't intend to let politics ruin our first date.
That's okay. Your first date? You two are dating? Socks, you didn't leave?
Yes, Laura and I are on a date tonight.
No. Unacceptable. You can't date your campaign manager. The last time a candidate did that, it was bad. The party insiders will never approve of that.
What are you saying?
I'm saying, if you want to be president, you cannot date Lauren. It's out of the question. I gasped in horror. GJ Nibbles would have to choose between the presidency and me? I was just so shocked by the words there. Based on your response throughout the game, you are locked. Oh god. A good ending! Da da da, la da da da, la da da da. Yes! What are you going to do?
I'll tell you what I will not do. I won't give in to bullying.
What?
You think you can step all over me and take over my campaign? No, this is my life, and I'll live it the way I want.
Be careful, you'll hurt your chances of getting the nomination.
I don't want the nomination if it means selling out to the establishment. If they don't approve of my relationship with Lauren, I don't see how that's any of their business to begin with. They can go climb a tree.
I told you there has been bad precedent in cats dating their campaign managers. If you two break up, she could sink your campaign.
Lauren wouldn't do that. She's too honest and trustworthy. Even if we had a fair relationship, she'd try her hardest to make the campaign a success.
You believe in me that much?
Yes. You supported me this entire time, Lauren. I know how wonderful you are. I'm not going to give up on you for anything.
What about the things I mentioned earlier? Shifting the focus of the campaign to tax reform and so on. He's not going to do it. He won't be bossed around by you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna switch horses in midstream, not when the campaign has been successful so far. I mean, I'm not against talking about tax reform, but it shouldn't be the only thing I talk about.
Are you sure you know what you're doing? Are you willing to stand up to me even if it means losing your chance of presidential... That word.
Yes. If you're going so far to say who I am and who I cannot date, I see no reason to do and say what I want to say.
In that case... You win!
What?
This isn't real! Those demands were just a test to make sure you're above bribery and political influences. What?
Really?
Yes, it's our policy to secretly test all the sharp-claw front-runners in order to avoid corruption and scandal. You passed with flying colours. Oh, good, that's a relief. For the second there, I thought you were serious.
I should have known it doesn't matter who I date.
On the contrary, I think who you date does matter. The woman seems like a very fine choice. Not many would stand up in front of a leader of the Sharpclaws, after all. I like both of you. You have backbones and integrity. No wonder you've come this far in the election press so far. Shock shook our hands and left, apologising for temporarily worrying us. When he was gone, DJ Nibbles and I burst into giggles. Can you believe that?
No, it's a weird TV show or something. I don't know.
You're right. It's almost like he was pranking us. Still, I'm glad you passed the test.
I'm just glad I had you here the whole time. I probably wouldn't have passed this test without your help.
You're being too modest. I'm sure you would have done fine on your own. I have no reason at all to doubt your integrity.
And I have no reason to doubt your sincerity. So let's figure out what we're reading.
We had a wonderful dinner together. And it ended with a nice surprise. Socks had paid our check for us. I guess it's not that bad of a cat as I originally thought. I know I probably don't come across as the type of woman who kisses on the first date, but I admit it. DJ Nibbles and I kissed. At the end of the night, it's not like it was our first kiss after all. We didn't go any further than kissing though, mainly because I don't know the biology behind cat and human relationships, and I don't want to know, quite frankly. I am literally counting the days until DJ Nibbles can get the surgery to turn him into a human. Only 4 months left. See, the law says a cat cannot be elected president, but there's no law against a cat becoming human after election. Wait, why should DJ Nibbles change for me? I mean, come on, that's a bit rude. Of course, that would prevent DJ Nibbles from running for re-election, but he says he doesn't care. He'd rather be with me, as a human, than spend 4 years in the White House as a cat. DJ Nibbles got the nomination from Socks, as expected. He went on to a general election, where his overall numbers were surprisingly poor, but that didn't matter so much because he did extremely well in the battleground states, where he got over 75% of the vote. So he won the election. Yes, DJ Nibbles is going to be the next president of the United States. I'm so proud of him. As for all the other characters I met on my journey, Lizzie and Rock Patriot were married within 4 months. I thought they were rushing things a bit, but they seemed super happy together. Vice President Fluffy McSnuggles left politics forever to pursue her dream of travelling the world and getting a ball of yarn from every country. She's actually starting the Fluffy McSnuggles International Yarn Museum to compensate her adventures. Crusher was sentenced to the house arrest for 4 years. He says he's perfectly fine with being a house cat, but I'm not so sure. The last time anyone saw him, he was clawing at the window shouting the zombies will kill us, the zombie voters will kill us all. As for Crusher's accomplished Chad, he quit his life of crime and became a hot dog vendor. He says it gives him great joy to see people eat food named after dogs, not cats. I think that's everyone, unless you want me to go into detail about the debate moderators. Let's just say they fell in love and lived happily ever after, because that's certainly what happened to me. What a journey. DJ Nibbles started as a clueless kitten and now he's a master politician. I'm so proud of him and I love him so much. Yeah! That was so cute. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Purrfect, for the coding, Michael Gray, for the story, and thank you everyone that made this game possible. That's just amazingly awesome. I really enjoyed it, and if anyone wants to play the game herself and get a different ending, because supposedly there's loads of endings, please do. And thank you everyone so much for being awesome. See you guys again soon. Comment below if you'd like, and subscribe if you do like my content. Bye.
Children die.